Okay, picking up where we left off at, we had 58% of CEO pay was made up of stock options in 2002. Okay, now we scroll down here to our next problem. We have 19. It says evaluate the following logarithms by hand. Log 5 of 25. We know we ask ourselves 5 to what power is 25? We know that's 2. We have log a of base a to the 5th power. These simplify, well, to the negative 5 power. These simplify out and leave us negative 5. Now we have log base 4 of the cube root of 4. We need to rewrite this as log base 4. And this will become 4 to the 1/3 power. And this log base 4 and this base of 4 will simplify out and leave us 1/3. Now we have log 3 to the 1/9 power. This becomes log 3 of 9 to the negative 1 power, which will become log 3. 9 becomes 3 to the 2nd, and that's to the negative 1. And we know 3 to the 2nd to the negative 1 will give us log base 3 of 3 to the negative 2 power. This log base 3 and this base of 3 will simplify out, and our final answer would be negative 2. Now we go here, we have natural log e to the 7th. Now we know the base of a natural log is e, so the natural log in e simplifies out and leave you 7. Now we have natural log 1 over e to the 3rd, so it'd be natural log e to the negative 3. And the natural log in e simplifies out, and your answer is negative 3. Now we have log of 100,000. This base here is 10. So this is log, we could change 100,000 to 10 to the 5th power. This log and the 10 will simplify out and leave you 5. Now we have log base a, the 5th root of a to the 3rd. That will give us log base a of a to the 3/5 power. This log base a and this a will simplify out, and that will leave you 3/5. Now we come down here to I. We have log base a of 1 over the 9th root of a to the 7th. So this will give you log base a of a to the negative 7/9 power. This log base a and this a will simplify out, and your final answer will be a negative 7/9. Now this will give us the natural log. This will be e to the negative 1/2 power. And this natural log in e will simplify out and leave us negative 1/2. Now we go to k. Now with k we have log base a of 1. Now we know our answer here must be 0 because a to the 0 power is the only thing that will give you 1, assuming that a is not 0. Now we have log of 0. We know that this is undefined because there's nothing, remember this base is 10. There's nothing we could take 10 to the power of that would give us 0. So that's not possible. Okay, now we come down here to number 20. We have A, it says, let f of x equals 3 to the x. Find the following. Give 4 decimal places where necessary. So we'll substitute in 4 for x. So we have 3 to the 4th power. So f of 4 is equal to 81. Now we go to the inverse. We have f inverse of 25. So that would mean that if we took this equation here, this f of x equals 3 to the x, this means that we will substitute in 25 for our y value. So we have 25 is equal to 3 to the x. We'll take log of both sides. So we have log 25 is equal to log 3 to the x. We'll bring the x out front. So we have log 25 is equal to x times log of 3. We'll divide each side by log 3. And our final answer would be x is approximately. So we would take log of 25 divided by log of 3. And our approximate answer would be 2.9299. That would be our final answer here. So now we scroll down here to see x when f of x is equal to 6. So f of x is equal to 6. So we have f of x is equal to 3 to the x. We'll substitute in 6 for f of x is equal to 3 to the x. Now we could do the same thing we did up here. We would take log 6 is equal to log 3 to the x. We'll bring our x out front. So we have log of 6 is equal to x log of 3. Now we would divide each side by the log of 3. We will have an approximation here. So we would take log 6 divided by log 3. And that would give us 1.6309. Now it says x when f prime of x is equal to 6. So now we got to think about this. When we were up here, this 25 represented what f of x was in the original formula. So we have f prime, well, f inverse of x equals 6. That means that this 6 is actually what your x value is. So we could go back to the original equation. We have f of x is equal to 3 to the x. And so we will have f of 6 is equal to 3 to the 6th power. So f of 6 is equal to 729, which is our final answer. Now let me go back and clarify something. Remember, when we're dealing with inverses and also the initial equation, remember when we find the inverse value, this inverse f inverse of x, this will give us what our x value is. So we would solve for x in the original problem, and that will give us what our x value is for the inverse. So f inverse of 729 is equal to 6. So that's what that means. Now, we scroll down to our next problem. It says write in exponential form. Log xy is equal to 4. So this will give us x to the 4th is equal to y. It says write in logarithmic form. 17 to the g is equal to h. So what we will have here is we will have log 17 of h is equal to g. Because this is our base, and remember, this is our argument, and then g is our exponent, so 17 to the g is equal to h. It says 23, find the following by using a calculator. Give 4 decimal places. Now A and B is already set up where you could just type it right into your calculator. We will have log of 18, and it says the 4 decimal places. It will give us 1.2553. That would be the approximate answer. Now we'll do the natural log of 5, and that will give us 1.6094. And of course, that's an approximation as well. Now we have log base 7 of 10. We can use that change of base formula that we learned in the previous section. So we would take log 10 divided by log 7, and we could put that in our calculator. and that would give us approximately 1.1833, and that is our final answer. Now we come to 24. It says, which of the following expressions are equivalent? Circle them. Now, first thing we have to do is this here. Let's take a look at each one of these logs and solve for them. So we have log b of b to the fifth minus log b of b to the second. This is really log base b of b to the fifth all over b to the second. And when we solve this here, this would give us log b of b to the third, which these will simplify out and give us 3. So this first value here is actually 3. So now if you notice here, this first value is 3 and this second value is 3. So we know that these two are equivalent to each other. But we still need, actually these 3 are equivalent to each other. So now we need to check out the rest. So we have log base b of b to the fifth, log base b of b squared. And now if we look here, we would have log base b of b to the fifth. We know that that will be 5, so we know that that doesn't work. And log b of b to the fifth, we know that would simplify out and leave you 5. Log b of b squared will leave you 2. And we know 5 halves would not work. So that's gone as well. Now we get here, log b of b to the fifth over b squared. This will give you log b of b to the third. And these will simplify out and give you 3. So this is another one. So it's actually these 4 that are equivalent. Now we come here to 25. Simplify. Write your results as a single logarithm with a coefficient of 1. So the first thing we have here, if you notice, we have 4 on the outside here and 2 on the outside here. So we will have log base b 3x squared to the 4th power plus log base b of x to the 5th to the 2nd power. Now this will give us log base b of, this will give us 81 x to the 8th plus log base b of x to the 10th. So we have log base b of 81 x to the 8th times x to the 10th. This will give us log base b of 81 x to the 18th. And that is our final answer. Now we come here. It's the same thing. We will add a natural log of x to the 3rd minus the natural log of 2y to the 4th. This will be the natural log of x to the 3rd minus the natural log of 16y to the 4th. Now when we combine them, because it's a subtraction, it'll be division. So we had a natural log of x cubed all over 16y to the 4th. Now this is supposed to be a 4. So this is our final answer. Now, we scroll down here to C. Now C is a little longer, but let's do D first. D, because this has been rewritten as an equivalent fraction, this would be log base of YW, and that would be D. Now C, we will have log base B of 4p squared all to the 3rd minus log base B of 8w to the 5th squared plus log base B of 2p to the 4th. So this will end up being log base B of 64p to the 6th minus log base B of 64 w to the 10th minus log base B of 2p to the fourth.